just keep on trying till you run out of cake. And the science gets done and you make a neat plan for the people who are still alive.
Ooh, yay, I get to write a review for Pirates of the Caribbean 3. Joy. God, okay, I really liked Pirates of the Caribbean 1. I thought it was a very solid film. I thought it was a lot of fun. I liked the characters. I liked the stunts. I thought the use of computer-generated visuals, when it was used, was appropriate. I thought it was a very good film. But the third one is just absolute arse. This is arse gravy of the worst kind. I'm not even sure where to begin. I mean, my ass was sore just from sitting through the first half hour of it. Essentially, Captain Jack, from having died at the end of the second film, is brought back to the world of the living within the first 40 minutes of this film, and this is quite a long film. Apparently, he was just sitting around on his ass in the over the edge of the world for a while. So they really rush this storyline right through, and then they actually introduce more storylines as the film goes through. It just pulls it right out of its arse. It just, where'd that storyline come from? Oh, it just fell out my arse there. I mean, God, I can imagine them having an entire meeting with a bunch of writers, all sitting there on their asses at a big round table in an office somewhere. And they just go around them all and just ask them, come up with a storyline for this. We'll just throw it in there wherever. Shouldn't we try and structure an actual story out of this? No. Viewers are a bunch of arses anyway. They wouldn't know their arse from their elbows if they were, no matter what they're watching. That's the general attitude of this film, and frankly I just find it absolutely depressing. This film is just a mess to watch. It looks like it was crapped out of someone's arse, and really that's the kind of feel that you get with it. Entire characters from the previous films, like Davy Jones, who essentially has a face like a diuretic arse, just dribbling everywhere. It's absolutely disgusting. He has an entire storyline all of his own, which is pretty much mostly ignored. Calypso, the voodoo lady from the second film, is introduced here as a goddess who turns up and does really arsehole, really. It's just pathetic. I mean, they just introduce storylines from nowhere, throw them out, and do nothing with them. I mean, there's no attempt to make an actual story out of this. I mean, even the adversarial nature of Captain Jack and his arch enemy from the first film. I mean, imagine if you're watching Star Wars, George Lucas comes along and says, we're going to make a new cut, Darth Vader's going to be a good guy, and instead of him we're putting in one of the reject alien creatures from World of Warcraft. What the hell? I mean, these two have both come back from the dead, and you would expect them to really be at each other's throat, get some real comedy drama going. But the writers asked that up as well. I mean, they just chat along, buddy, you know, old friends, and it's just a complete arsewipe of a film. I mean, I could shoot a better film out of my arse than this. I mean, I don't know, my arse cheeks were numb just by sitting through it, and I really didn't feel that it was worth the time or effort. It's just appalling. There is nothing in this film that you could find enjoyable. Hopefully you'll find this more enjoyable. If you look down at the bottom of the screen, you'll see how many times I've used the word arse in this review. Hopefully that will be more enjoyable than watching Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. If you want my advice, stick to the first one and avoid this like the plague.